So hello students, this is very interesting topic and I want to tell you one thing. This topic we cannot say that it belongs to a particular class because this topic is for everyone. It's very uniform topic, right? So how can you understand this topic and what are the various things which we can learn? It is the very you know you can say multitasking directions it contains. Why I am saying multitasking directions? Because the chapter name is geometry. If whenever you ask the higher class students, you say ask you do you know geometry, so they say always yes, I know geometry. But what do you know in a geometry? There are so many things. What is the beginning? What is the end? If you say in today's life, geometry has a broad area. It's a one of a good branch or one of the broader branch of mathematics, you can say like this also. So what I am telling you, if I just see the geometry word only, so to understand this geometry word, there is a lot of material, lot of efforts which were taken by mathematicians. So what is that efforts? We will go one by one because we cannot take the all efforts. We are seeing only those efforts which has changed the life of geometry, or which has changed our life, or which has changed the life of mathematics also. So what is that one? First of all, we will just try to understand what is a geometry word, how this geometry word came from, what is the from where it arose. Suppose you are seeing that there are two words I have written here, geo and metron. If you see, geo is generally we see this particular word geography also. Geography and geometry, there are two words which we can see. So what is the difference between geography and geometry? Geo means earth, and here in geography we are actually studying the earth. Graphy means we are trying to understand the earth, how it behaves, what is the nature of earth. So we are into those topics in geography. But in geometry, what exactly we are doing? In geometry we are trying to find the measurements. That is why metron means measurements. Measurement means whatever is on the earth. This one I was telling you from the first stage, because initially they were trying to measuring all the things which are around us. They are trying to measure the plant, they are trying to measure the object they were using. So because with the help of measurements, they are able to find so many results, and they are available, or they can say that they are able to discover so many other things on the basis of those particular discoveries, right? Now I am coming to the next point. If you see geometry word, I have written here, geometry arose independently in number of early cultures. Means if you see, in history we have studied so many things. There are so many cultures were there. So on that time they were using it as a practical way of dealing with length, areas, and volume. It means on that time they were using this particular geometry part, but they don't know like it's a geometry, because geometry word was given by Greeks, but they were using, because even they are handling the geometrical things. They are using length, they are using area, they are using volume. And by the 3rd century BC, geometry was put into a axiomatic form by Euclid. Euclid was a Greek mathematician. I want to tell you about this particular mathematician, very famous, and he set a standard for many centuries to follow. What are those standards? Actually, he worked on those things, on theorems part. He has proved so many results, right? Like how can we prove it? And what are the some? There are some results around us which cannot be proved also. So he worked on so many things. Suppose I am telling, I want to ask you, I am saying half of a full. Two half means this is the full part, and this is half, and this is half. So if I am making a half of a full, they both are equal. So it means these results which are around, and we know that these two half are equal, but we cannot prove it because mathematics, whenever we deal in a mathematics says we can prove everything. But this particular mathematician told us there are some results which cannot be proved, right? So now in India, it was come with text providing rules. We have given some rules, for geometrical construction. In 17th century, geometry had been put on a solid analytical footing. Means, before this one, we were dealing with the, two dimensions figures, right? And later on, there was one mathematician, the name is Rene Descartes. Rene Descartes has given the system, they have given the graphical method also, x-axis and y-axis, how to plot. So on the basis of three dimensions, they found how can we, apply three dimensions, and how can we understand the 3D shapes and 2D shapes, and what is the difference there. So this particular mathematician has given. So it means you can understand, geometry is not the only one part. There are so many efforts behind it. It is the cumulative, efforts, and we come to this particular geometric branch. And later on, it was a branch of mathematics. It was said a branch of mathematics in which we were dealing with so many geometrical figures. And by these efforts, whatever the mathematics has done here, they have used some particular, very very important terms which they have used on initial stage. They have used, one is a point, they have used lines, they have used angles, right? So rays, and these things they were using from the beginning. So it means, and at some centuries they were thinking point is a, the starting for the geometry. So they said, like, point, whenever we, on a plane you are putting a dot, it means geometry is started. Geometry is, this is the starting stage of geometry. Means whatever you are writing on a plane, they said that it is all geometry. It means geometry is what? Geometry is everything. Geometry is everything. Whatever we are making, whatever we are drawing, geometry is not a part of only of mathematics. It is a part of art also. It is a part of everything. If you are writing something, it's geometry. These, what is this? This is also a geometry. It means geometry did not explain in a, in a one direction only. Like it is not related to mathematics. It is related to each subject, right? So now I am coming to the next point where we will discuss these terms: point, lines, and angles. How they are helping the mathematicians to derive different things. Now you can see there is a point. We can we can see lines, planes, pendulum lines, and intersecting lines. So we will study one by one. I hope that you all know about all these things, but I think for understanding the geometrical part, we should learn these things. What is the basic idea? Point is what? If I say that it is a dot, and dot is called point here, so how can you define this point in your own language? Because we cannot say like it's a point, but it's a dot is a point. So what is the actual definition of this point? One thing is there, the point does not have length, breadth, and height. Because there is no length and no breadth and no height. Because if it will contain length, breadth, or height, it means it will not have like a point. And one thing is also there, it does not cover space or area. Means the point is a very smallest unit of geometry. We can say like this. Means this point is responsible for the other geometrical figures. So later on it was said by the mathematicians, like every figure, maybe it can be line, it can be a plane, it can be any type of 2D 3D shapes. They said like all the figures are made up of points. So how many points were there? We cannot calculate those points because there are infinite points. Reason infinite point, because we know that a point does not have length, breadth and height and does not cover a space. It means you can think, suppose this is a line, and how many points are there which are making this line? Infinite points. So we assume like this, right? Because on the basis of that one also only we can understand that it is a very smallest unit of geometry, smallest term you can say, and beginning of the geometry. And after that we are reaching to the line part, because when the number of infinite points join together, they form a line. And there are three things in a line. If there is a line says there is no ending point. Line is going to the left side and right side without ending, without stopping. Next is line segment. Line segment says, segment means it's a part of a line. Part of a line means now we have the stops on both sides. Means this line can be expressed in this way, and this line is this. If I say line, then we have to represent in this way. It means AB is a line, but there is no end. If I am saying this is a line, then I will say yes, there is a end. Now suppose I am saying ray. If ray, what do you mean by ray? Ray, whenever you switch on the torch. So what is the what you see in the when the light goes? So we sometimes say that it's a ray. Like this particular statement, this particular word is used in science, ray. So rays means when a ray, there is a starting point of a ray, but there is no ending point. Means this is the torch you are supposing, and from this point the light is emitting. Light is emitting and is going to where? Infinite. So it means if I say this is A and this is B, so what I will say here means AB is like this. Means it is going to one direction. So ray has one direction. Line does not have any direction. It is having two ending points, and line is never having any ending point. So it works on both directions, infinite. So this is the behavior of the line segments we are trying to understand. Why we are understanding it? Because sometimes there is a confusion, so that we can understand the difference. What is line, what is a line segment, and what do you mean by a ray? What is a plane here? Plane. This particular board is also a plane. If you will try to understand it. So how can you define a plane? Every solid figure has a surface, right? Right, you can say that a flat surface, any flat surface, right? A flat surface, or you can say that curved also, right? The surface may be smooth or may be rough, so they all are known as surfaces, right? But yeah, generally, in daily language, we generally say that plane means what? A smooth surface. But in mathematics, every type of surface is a plane surface, because here we are not seeing the upper layer of the particular body. We are just seeing that it should be a surface there, right? So means everything is made up of planes. If I am saying that there is a 3D figure, there is a cuboid or cube, it means that is made up of 6 planes, because cube contains 6 planes around it, right? So we say that it's a plane, but here we are not discussing it's a smooth or curved. But yes, in daily life there is a two type surfaces we can see: smooth surface or which type of you can say that irregular surface, right? So this one about the plane. And plane, one thing is also there in a plane. There are two type of planes are here. Like suppose I am taking this board and I am saying this is a plane. So this plane is fixed around the boundary, right? If I am saying there is a plane and I am not defining the plane, because here I will define this is A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. So I will say that plane A B C D. it means I have fixed the boundary, right? But if I will say only plane, so what do you mean by this? It means there is no end, means this plane is in all directions it's moving, right? It means you have the infinite area, no ending. So there are again the two things, like in line also. We have line and line segment. There are two ends, there is no end. In the same way, in a plane, if you say that only plane rod, it means it is what? Infinitely it is having the area. And for suppose you are very particular with the vertex or with the points that A B C D is the point of the plane, so it means you are fixing the plane there. Now, what is the parallel lines? Parallel lines, you know well. If there are two lines and they are, they never meet anywhere at any point. If this can be a possibility, then we can say that these lines are parallel lines. If suppose there are it is the opposite of this. If there are two lines, suppose I am saying this one. Are these two lines are parallel? Yes. We will say that it is not parallel. Reason? Because definitely when it will extend, they will meet something. But if you extend these lines, they will not meet. That is why they are parallel, and that is why they are intersecting, because they will meet somewhere, and that point is known as intersecting point. We call it intersecting points, right? So this is all about how what are the terms which were used by mathematicians in geometry when they have started to measure so many things. So they were using these things. They were keeping these things in the mind, right? And there was some other also which were discussed. Like for example, you can see that one angles, or you can see the curves. They define later on, but definitely these are the things which are very important to understand it, right? So class, I hope you have understood the basic geometrical idea concept here, what I am trying to explain to you. And please write all the definitions of point, line, plane, parallel lines and intersecting lines, right? And try to write some information about the historical importance of geometrical ideas, because that is also we should learn from where we have started this particular branch and how this branch is getting bigger and bigger, you know because that learning will make you innovative and very logical, and you can do something in this particular field in future. So thank you so much for watching this video.